It all started with a shot no one could make. The wind was wild, the target was invisible through the thick Afghan dust, and even the best Marine snipers had missed, again and again. But when everyone had given up, a quiet man stepped forward. His name was Ethan Cole, a single dad, a retired Army veteran, and a man who once swore he'd never touch a rifle again. If you're hearing this, stay with me, because what happens next isn't just about bullets or war. It's about second chances, love, and the power of purpose when life tries to break you. And if stories like this move you, take a second to like this video and subscribe, because this one hits home. Ethan had left the service years ago after losing his best friend, Jacob, in a mission gone wrong. That loss had shattered him, not just as a soldier, but as a human being. When he came home, he found himself raising his little daughter, Lily, alone. His wife had left long before the war, and now, it was just the two of them in a small house at the edge of a quiet Texas town. He'd built a new life, fixing cars by day, reading bedtime stories by night, and trying to forget the man he once was. But fate doesn't knock, it crashes through your door. One night, Ethan got a call from his old commanding officer. There was a hostage situation overseas, a young Marine unit pinned down in a valley, surrounded, unable to extract because the enemy had set up a long-range sniper nest. Every attempt to neutralize the shooter had failed. The Marines were trapped, and they wanted Ethan's help, the man who once made impossible shots look effortless. At first, he refused. "I'm done," he said. "My fight's over." But then they told him, the team pinned down included Lieutenant Aaron Jacobs, his fallen best friend's son. That changed everything. He kissed Lily on the forehead, told her he'd be back soon, and boarded a plane he thought he'd never see again. When he arrived at the forward base, the tension was thick enough to choke on. The Marine snipers, some half his age, respected him, but also doubted him. They'd seen his file, his records, but they'd never seen his pain. For 2 days, they tried everything: drones, heat scans, flares, nothing could locate the hidden sniper who'd taken down 3 men already. The valley was silent death. Ethan spent the nights awake, studying the terrain, the winds, the echoes of gunfire. He noticed something no one else did: the sound delay between shots, the echo bouncing differently from ridge to ridge. He realized the shooter wasn't in front of them at all, he was 2 ridges away, firing through a gap that created a false echo. It was a 1 in a million angle. A ghost position. Ethan adjusted his old rifle, the same one he swore he'd never use again. He breathed in slow, feeling the mountain wind brush his face. The young snipers watched in silence as he settled down, every move deliberate, steady, calm. "Wind, 20 knots east," one Marine whispered. Ethan just nodded. "No," he said quietly. 17. He's shooting through heat mirage. He waited. A single second stretched into eternity. Then, a glint, a flash. Ethan pulled the trigger. The world went silent. Then, the radio crackled. Target neutralized. Cheers erupted, but Ethan didn't move. His eyes stayed fixed on the scope, tears slowly welling up. "Rest easy, Jacob," he whispered. When they extracted the hostages, Ethan finally met Aaron, the young lieutenant he'd come to save. Aaron didn't know what to say. He just saluted, eyes filled with tears, and said, "You saved my life, like my dad once saved yours." Back home, Ethan tried to slip quietly into his old life again. Lily ran into his arms the moment he stepped off the bus, her little arms wrapping around his neck. "Daddy, did you help people again?" she asked. He smiled softly. "Yeah, sweetheart. I helped someone find their way home." That night, after Lily fell asleep, Ethan went to the backyard, looked up at the stars, and whispered a quiet thank you. Not for the shot he made, but for the life he finally reclaimed. And that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes, the greatest battles aren't fought overseas. They're fought in our hearts, between who we were, and who we're trying to become. Ethan's story reminds us that no matter how broken you feel, your purpose doesn't disappear. It waits, in silence, for the moment you choose to rise again. So if this story touched something inside you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs a reminder that heroes don't always wear uniforms anymore. Sometimes, they're single dads, trying to make breakfast, raise good kids, and still carry the weight of the world, one breath, one shot, one moment at a time. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the shot that saved the mission. It's about the man who found a reason to aim again.